Somewhere in the city of India, people are trying to wake up a giant monk. They use methods. The most unusual thing they think Turns out the man's name is Third Street, and I'm surprised. When you see people are too small for you. One of the little ones grabbed the monk's nose and said that he's really his master. And then he gave Sugar 3 a trophy. Because I finally achieved my goal. People bring out a giant aura. Then immediately grab it and put it on your back. Make the magic item glow brightly. On the third day, he started laughing and the halo quickly exploded, finally blowing up my face. It turns out that everything was just a dream. Road 3 wake up from the thunder echoing nearby. But in fact, I'm working in a theater. The circus is full of strange people asking for the audience to see you perform. After managing to get their first audience, line 3, show the audience that your first
They were afraid of the
stranger. He just wants to marry the woman immediately in front of him. Then line 3, show them their second disciple.
It looks like Frankenstein's monster is bald.
Find a way to leave a mental scar on the baby.
The customers
for life,
became angry
to ask you to refund them. When others gather in a crowd, make you ashamed. Then the monk promised that
performance,
my last to make up for everything. Then he introduced Thu, the monkey king named
People
Wukong.
are confused when Wukong
and lay on the ground
fall.
like a dead frog. Line 3 tried to beg people for another chance. He coughed violently and made the audience avoid
Corona
him
of
for fear
China,
of infection. A spiky owl woman pity him and take his dumplings to donate. Tired of the fight, Wukong finally stand up and rush towards the audience,
terrible damage
as it flies through buildings like a bullet and create a giant tornado to destroy everything. Line 3 realize how serious the situation
and run
is.
away.
Immediately after escaping from the Third Street circus, you punish the monkey demon by whipping continuous raw on the monkey. She didn't scream in pain because of the other
injury.
brothers are afraid to look. The monkey was defeated by Road 3. After using the Buddha's hand, crush him under the rocks and bring it to the monkey. The nightmares repeat every night. In the morning after waking up, Road 3 decided to find a spot for his disciples. I ventured deeper into the forest and found a big house in the forest. He knocked on the door for some food and was surprised. A beautiful woman appeared, welcome him and invite him to dinner. Line 3 immediately agreed to the generous offer. More and more women are showing up. They try to seduce a young bird with long legs up to its armpits. Upon entering the mansion, 8 worlds, I was quickly mesmerized by the beauty of the girls. Road 3 thanked the hosts for giving them good meals, but the woman wants them to stay and breed. Told the monk that she could take care of them from us. What you don't realize is, Wukong has seen through her disguise and found out that all these beautiful girls are actually spider devils waiting to flesh
My father,
Monkey King. Go to the woman and tell her to show up. But Street 3 became angry at this behavior and kicked all his disciples out and condemned for the behavior. Be rude to people who have treated you well. However, the girls turned into giant spiders and surrounded the monk. There's nowhere to run. The 3 bridges did not return to save his life. Fortunately, Wukong grabbed the monk to stop him from being swallowed. SA increases recall of its and weapons. Fight spiders on your own. The spider quickly launched towards and pinned you to the wall and spit into his mouth to poison him. He killed the enemy at the last moment and narrowly escaped death. Meanwhile, other monsters trying to steal virginity. The monks. They've covered line 3 with spider webs. Wu did not quickly grab his master, then tearing up the web, throwing spiders and ran out from the ceiling. The monkey tried to catch the master from the fall and quickly realized that they're surrounded by little spiders falling from the sky to the ground. Suddenly the whole floor started to crumble. People fall into the basement of the building. Finally to the nest of a giant spider. Route 3 goes to the mantra and immediately came across a giant creature. It's made up of thousands of tiny insects. The final form of the demon, Spider. Wukong rushed quickly and punched through the enemy to grab the creature's head, then defeat the demon in seconds. Route 3 tells the monkey not to kill this creature. I want to turn the monster into something better. Wukong punched the enemy in the head and beat the spider like a dog. The devil eventually turned to dust. Road 3 became very angry with his disciples for killing lives as if they were nothing. But you monkeys don't feel guilty about that behavior. They continue their journey out of the dead forest. The 8 worlds are pulling the SA Tang is finally to a desert SA. They're moving closer to a city full of people. The decorations make it look like the Virgin Disneyland. I was amazed at the culture of the city. People here are amazed, staring at them. When you see a sea creature living on land, they were quickly stopped by a group of flag bearers. That's the minister of this city. She walked out in the white smoke to welcome the guests. They went to the king's palace. When you come in, by a crowd dancing madly to amuse themselves for their king. People who are riding on electricity. Then he wants Tang Street perform his magic for fun. But the monk didn't have any skills to show and quickly refused. This angered the king and gave him orders. Beheading the monk. Make way 3. I have no choice but to agree. Perform. They go backstage. Wukong.
I didn't suggest that master should use the obedience
so I
charm
can control my
when
master's
performing
actions.
a performance.
This plan made the master hesitant.
If you're not in trouble,
I don't know if I can dance sexy like
where
this.
to put your head.
The monkey demon completely ignored the master's complaint, then put a charm on the back of the third
and pushed
street.
my master out.
Make him fly like a pinwheel.
People are amazed.
Before the superhuman ability
He
of
took
Road
his bald
3
head and rotated it 360
but the audience
degrees.
was quickly silenced by the
Turns
performance.
out
It's a ridiculous monkey dance.
Make
your teacher have to follow every move. Make the audience run out of shit. The show quickly lost control when the monkey slapped his brother in the face. The monk struck the king in the face. How the king cried in front of all his mates. Sorry to bother you about the last act. However, Wukong rushed towards the king with speed. He then hit the king in the face, made the king spit out fire from his mouth and threw the monkey out. But Wukong, unable to resist the fire and repel the attack. After that attack, the king is a red devil, called Notre Error version. The devil immediately attacks. It's throwing blows. He punches the monkey like rubber bands. But ignorance can't direct the attacks with ease, and grab the enemy and punch him in the head. The red devil became angry. It summons its magic weapon, blowing people away by its giant airflow, and make the fish devil fall all over the devil's yard. Threw the spinning blades at the monkey and tried to tear the monkey to pieces. The monkey was knocked out of the palace. The trail fly to the sky while carrying his two giant wheels, and then it started load an amount energy giant from his belly to launch towards the monkey. The monkey tried his best to stop the attack by making a plate large shield to block. However, the monkey quickly lost the duel energy and thrown into the palace, then crashed into the ground. The trail mocking his opponent and likening the monkey to the smell makes the monkey roar furiously. The monkey pulled out the flag behind his back and raised it. The monkey walked out of the building with the staff. Then rushed towards the enemy at breakneck speed. Immediately, she threw more fire at Wukong. The monkey immediately repulsed the flames by spinning the flag and blowing it away. They finally managed to completely control the monkey breathes the flames in its eyes. The enemy knocked out the demon with terrible power. S.A. Tang seizes the opportunity. Use your breath to freeze the enemy. Take the red devil to the palace and stop at the foot of the monkey. Road 3 dart in and catch the demon. Use your own sealing technique. Turn it into a doll and give it to the minister, in the hope that she can turn the bad entity. Far from being something better in the future, they can also find the real king inside the basements of the palace and finally released him back to his kingdom. To thank the monk for saving his life, the king decided to give the monk any of his concubines as a word of gratitude. I see the concubines too. I can't even smell these beauties. Then the king asked a beautiful girl to stand in the crowd. Let her dance for the heroes to celebrate. The girl started her dance like a beautiful swan. The jealousy of all the other women, but she quickly caught the monk's attention. The third line begins to remember another woman I loved a lot before, and now this girl dances the same way. Under the moon, she seemed to fall in love immediately and decided to take her on a journey. Fill your space with me. The woman's name was Xiaobai, and to become very close when they're together. They completely ignore others, because they were devoured by the love whore. But Wukong was quick to suspect the girl that she might actually be a demon in disguise. People are trying to peel Xin and eat swallow his master alive. Funny monkey. Try to use the magic mirror. I looked up at the woman to see through her true form, but only see a mirror image of a beautiful woman. In times of frustration, monkey-drawn knife cut the neck. He took blood and went to the mirror to test his theory. But it doesn't prove anything. This made the master cover the girl even more. Monkeys ask girls to meet their families because the devil can't have any human parents. Very quickly then they inside the women's village. There's a lot of people living, and Wukong is not confused. I don't know why this could happen. Wukong doesn't start attacking people inside the house and threw Zibai's family against the wall. That they're nothing more than illusions. The monkey turned his attention to the girl. Road 3 dashed in to stop his disciple. Blame the monkey for killing the woman I loved. Turns out, the woman in the memory of Route 3 was actually enlightened. As she tries to protect her master, it's caused a deep conflict between the two of solved. Funny monkey. He turned his back on his master and ran out of the house into his true form and kill all the people outside, trying to prove that it's all an illusion. Road 3. Quickly run follow the monkey to stop the madness, but only in time. Terrible consequences of the wrath of the monkey caused. The monkey laughed at the monk's illusion and started walking towards the monk to try to kill the master see. But Road 3, don't let the monkey kill any more innocent people. Then tried to fight the demon by using his Buddha hand technique, but overpowered by the monkey and beat it easily with a stick like that. When you see that, the third street, the woman begged the monkey to let Road 3 and admit that she's actually a demon, and the whole town, it was created by her magic. However, your belated confession, it doesn't change the anger of the Wukong, and then turned into the stone version of Kong. He grabbed Master and devoured Zibai alive. "I beg you to spare the life of my lover." The giant demon roared furiously and jumped towards nearby mountains, finally climbed to the top and released the woman. Suddenly a loud voice was heard in the distance. Turns out the minister's flying to the top
red
of
devil.
the mountain. Error version. Turns out she's actually the mastermind behind the chaos of the kingdom, and she planned it. Use the white snake to seduce. The ultimate goal is that she can get revenge who have messed up her Tsai. What we don't realize is, Wu never ate his master's flesh, and the monk didn't lose any hair. Turns out, they knew that Zibai was a demon from the beginning, and just pretend. Let's play together so they can find the real culprit. I realized that my plan had failed. The minister told the red devils to attack, but Kong has frozen the enemy with magic. The monkey smashed it to pieces, killed the red devil completely, then roared furiously to challenge the enemy. The minister uses all his power, summon a shockwave towards the opponent. They beat everyone except the police. Kong, it's withstood tremendous energy and protected my master with his tail. Business. Rushing towards the enemy viciously and smashing into the mountain. The minister avoided the blow. Attack and escape in the cloud. Wu King did not chase her quickly and through the mountain that's thrown at me, but saw that she had summoned a giant Buddha next to the tsunami that's raging. The monkey demon took his magic wand Ra and prepared to repel the waves. She also pushed all the water towards Wu Kong, not by control. The giant palm of the statue. Loving monkeys is not easy. It overcomes the enemy and repels the attack. Give yourself a chance to jump and to the try cloud. To approach the Buddha. However, the enemy quickly fooled the monkey. Then they launched a series of attacks. Monkey demons are forced to flee quickly. Very quickly many statues rise and from the ocean. They put the monkey in the middle. And then there's the onslaught of monkeys from the monkey that rocks inside the shockwaves. Make the monkey wrestle in pain before the giant energy. Just before the enemy is about to finish off the monkey out of the water and grab the statues. Release, enlightenment, and complete destruction of Buddhas. Turned out. Road 3 finally decided to use Buddha the ultimate. The enemy completely defeats the female lover and false a giant air flow appeared in front of the entire Buddha really appeared to congratulate for catching one of his disciples. She's a fire phoenix, escaped from heaven, and create chaos for humanity. They returned to the mountain and found that Zibai had been seriously tried to comfort the woman and help her escape, but she just wanted to know if the monk I used to love her truly or not. However, Road 3, you said he couldn't love anyone else. There is only one woman in my heart, and she died in part 1. Long ago I heard the monk's answer. The girl died in tears and disappeared into the world beyond. Her body turned to dust. Then the group continued their journey to India so that they can finally get their money. On the way to Road 3, I still see my true love, always by his side. This scene is the end of today's movie. If you see or give us a like video and a channel subscription, thank you all and see you bye bye.